Previously on Babies and Broadswords.
I challenge you to a loogie off. I am Captain Horatio Slappy Pants, and I am the leader of the notorious Binky Pirates. And all the pirates go, rah! You've been challenged. You accepted the challenge? All right. Lay down. The captain meanders over, and he stands above you, and he looks down, and he says, any last words? This glob of green phlegm just kind of drips down. And Bella, when it gets about maybe 8 inches from your face, he sucks it back up. And everyone goes, ah! All the other Binky Pirates cheer. Your turn.
So she's going to, sneakily eat a piece of licorice.
Put one of your licorice pieces in your mouth. And you don't take the time to do all of the silly snorting and horking and whatever that he was doing. You just kind of make a whoosh sound. And this perfectly round glob of sticky candy spit drips. And the thread attaching it is nice and thick. And you get down to right where he was. And you let it stop there for a second. Just a little bit. And you actually slurp it up. But you just let it go up a little bit. And then through your line of spit, you wink at him and just let it keep going a few inches.
Man.
Until it's just touching the tip of his nose. You see his eyes cross as he's focusing on it. You suck it back up. It's like, that's the finest spitting I've ever seen. Truly a master.
Harmonica first.
Harmonicas.
Exactly.
Maybe tell what's his face that we were only, fooling around. You got a harmonica, and you're a good spitter. You want to be a pirate? You have to go on a raid with us.
Right now, we gotta do our own thing.
And the pirate ship sails off down the mostly not brown river with the tail or a crocodile swishing behind. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Even Footing Games presents Babies and Broadswords. I am Jason, your sitter extraordinaire, and we have got... Thank you. Yes, please hold your applause to the end. So, we've got a good group today. Playing Henry, our hypoallergenic dragon, we've got Aaryn. Say hi, Aaryn.
Hi, Aaryn.
Ah, nice. Look at you, ready for vaudeville.
After such a wonderful introduction, I'm sorry.
Well, it's tough not to. Wompkins, our gargoyle. It's Jack over there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Thumpkins.
Yes, you are. You sure are, buddy.
You sounded really excited about that, so I'm going to do it again. Hi, I'm Thumpkins.
There it is. Love it. Every time. Love it more. Este Vampiro. I apologize for butchering your accent. We got all the way from Brazil. Our buddy Rocky's here today.
Hello, folks. I'll butcher him as well.
And joining us today, I think the first time on the podcast is one of our other designers and writers, all the way from, where you at, Indiana?
Indianapolis.
Woo! That's
all
like a
the way
city
from parts unknown.
All the way from Indianapolis. That's where the Speedway is.
Wait, I have parts unknown?
Let's save that for later.
That's unknown.
Garrett, how are you today?
I'm awake.
You are awake.
And pulled out some characters from my mighty binder of multiple characters that I sit around and build with my daughters just to laugh. So
awesome. Well, we're hoping everybody laughs here at Even Footing Games presents Babies and Broadswords, because if you're not, I don't know why we're wasting our time. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we?
Oh, sure.
Okay, thanks. It's a weird energy today, isn't there? Okay.
I feel inadequate. I've got an old cam, and you guys are all like crystal clear. I should have brought out my
cans.
Yeah, Rocky's on one cam.
All right, I feel better now. Thanks, Rocky.
No problem.
I thought Rocky was just really playing into the vampire character.
He's so dark.
He's
so
in the dark.
I
I
am
don't
the
appear
darkness.
in mirrors or cameras, I think.
I should have thought of that.
So, thank you again for joining us. When last we met, you already heard our recap, but just to remind our players of where we are, you had just had a run-in with the Binky Pirates. They had challenged Daybella, your leader, to a loogie off. Captain Horatio Fancy Pants had placed the challenge, and Daybella spit one of the finest loogies anyone had ever seen, earning the respect of the Binky Pirates. They actually offered you temporary pirate hood, but you needed to go raiding with them, and the group decided that maybe being pirates, the whole stealing and looting part of things wasn't necessarily for them.
We had other things to do.
Right. After which I took 4 pages of notes and hit delete and threw them all away.
You're welcome.
So thank you, team. Thought you guys would jump at being pirates, but no, we have morals and ethics. Okay, whatever.
I want to be a pirate.
It wouldn't be a legit game if the party didn't just go off the rails.
Yeah, that's
Could
all right. Not
imagine
that I'm
a
putting you
vampire
on the
pirates.
rails, but I wanted vampires. That's what I was hoping for, vampires.
Exactly. I know, we all love vampires.
Everybody loves vampires.
Who doesn't love a vampire?
Exactly.
But like fun cheeky vampires.
Well, and I knew you guys were in the sewers. That's why I came up with the crocodile alligator team. So,
Well, we are in the sewers. All right. So the team is the kiddos, the party of Henry, Thwompkins, Daybella, and Esteban and Ignatius are standing on the shores in the pirate town as the pirate ship goes sailing down the dirty brown river. You had come through a tunnel that led to the pirate town. You know, heading back will take you back to the main hub where you first entered the underground. There were 2 other branching paths. There was a path that led off to the right, which seemed to have glowing bricks in the walls, and you could hear a faint sound of sounding like clinking or tinking. Off to the left, it smelled... No, I'm sorry, off to the left, smelled amazing, but the tunnel was pitch black. You couldn't see anything. But there was a smell of like fresh cut flowers kind of wafting down the tunnel. But then again, you are standing on the shore of the quick brown river that flows through the pirate village. The pirates have all gone. They're off raiding and pillaging and eventually heading to the convoy envelope, which you all need to eventually get to.
I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but like I said before, I have a very sensitive nose, and I was thinking that the smell good tunnel is probably the right way.
Okay. Hey, I thought the rocks were kind of cool, but I totally don't want you to be uncomfortable. Sorry, that was a loogie from inspiration from Daybella, but no, I'm okay with that.
But the rocks glow.
I know.
Will we have time to see everything? I don't know. It stinks down here, guys.
Ah, okay.
The river is especially pungent. Yes.
My nasal passages are very delicate.
Okay, let's go to the smell more nice than here. Pathway. I mean, everywhere smells more nice than here, but again, don't the rocks smell nice too? But okay,
Yeah, the rocks smell real nice.
I think so as well.
Do you smell very much, Thwompkins?
I smell sometimes. That's what the nurses say.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start heading down toward the smell that's good.
All right, so you head down back to the hub, and you make your way towards the tunnel that smells good. The party only gets a few steps in when the blackness seems to envelop you, and you are caught in the darkness. It seems to swallow you up almost.
Feels like home.
Just like home, just like being back in your box.
Exactly.
Henry tries to see if he can make a spark.
Trying to get a little spark going?
Yeah.
Give me a beefy roll there, Henry.
Okay. I'm actually going to pull out my empty wasp nest.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and light it on fire.
Oh my
with
gosh.
my breath.
You are
So
making a torch.
I get an extra +1. Oh, this is going to be great. So with my extra +1,
Yep.
I get a 5.
That's with your +1?
Yeah.
I was going to give you another +1 just for good idea, and that still wouldn't have been enough. You blow on, you try to blow some hot breath onto the wasp nest, and you get a little burst of smoke, and all it really accomplishes is stirring up the few wasps who you thought were no longer in the wasp nest, and they come angrily zipping out. There are 3 wasps flying around your head, Henry, and they're not happy.
I immediately toss the wasp nest into the river of poo.
Okay. The river of poo is not nearby, but you throw it away into the darkness. You've moved away from the river of poo. Yeah. So you just throw it into the darkness?
Yeah. Away from me.
Ah! So Henry throws the wasp nest into the darkness. So erase the wasp nest from your inventory, and you're actually going to take 1 ouchie because you got stung on the snout.
Told you my nasal passages are very sensitive.
Not a good day.
Is it swollen now? A big red nose?
Yeah. There's a big old red bump on the side of Henry's nose.
Are you okay, Henry?
You guys can't see it. We're in the dark.
I know, that's why I said, are you okay? Because I just heard a lot of weird noises, and then I heard some buzzing, and then I heard you go, ow.
Guys, I'm very majestic. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure this glowing red thing on your nose? It's not. No, it is illuminating the room. No, I mean
that's true. Yeah,
there is a precedence for that kind of thing. You know,
I'm not a reindeer. I'm a dragon.
It is December. Just saying.
The venom the hornet pumped in her face ignited Henry's the part of his nose that sets the fire up. Yeah. So it's just that's a bummer for Henry. Everyone give me a muscly roll. It is dark.
Oh yeah. Pumpkins at an amazing 11. 5 + 6.
I got a 12.
Ooh.
Showing me up.
Sorry?
6.
6 from Henry, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Henry's not good in the dark.
No.
Thwompkins and Esteban, your eyes start to adjust to the darkness just in time to see Henry go running off deeper into the darkness. He's bumping off of the walls. He is panicking and probably will bang into something else before too long unless he is stopped and calmed down.
Oh, Thwompkins will definitely go after him.
He's definitely on the verge of panic. Thwompkins goes after him? All right. How do you want to handle this, Thwompkins?
Don't go. We need your nose to see in the dark.
Lumbering after him and be like, hey, come on back. Where you going?
You can hear the boom, boom, rah, boom, boom of a scared dragon banging against the side of a sewer wall. Henry, you were latched onto the smell of flowers. That's all you can think of is if you can get to where the smell is, you can get out of the dark.
Hopefully.
Give me a coolness roll.
I got another 1, guys.
Henry, you're freaking out, man.
That's not even with the negative. I got a 3 just straight.
Henry, you are scared.
I'm terrified.
You are terrified, and you've also taken a point of grumps on top of that.
Guys, I'm gonna sit down on the floor and cry because
Did that put you in the nap time?
It just put me into timeout or whatever.
Henry, the two of you are following after Henry, and there is a crash from where Henry was, and I need the two of you. Aaryn, please remove your headphones.
Yep. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
You can come back in 5 minutes. The two of you, Thwompkins and Esteban, you're chasing after Henry in the dark. There is a crash, and you have just enough time to see where a hole has opened up beneath him, and he's fallen through. So the two of you give me nimble rolls.
6 plus 5, got an 11.
Adventurous, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, I got a 7.
Okay.
And 11. So we got 7, 11. Hey.
The two of you fall down the hole.
I fall.
Wompkins, you manage.
I fall holding my cape. I don't know how superhero land.
You try Rocky, you try flapping your cape
Exactly.
to slow you down, and Wompkins is flapping his little wings to slow him down. Wompkins, you land on your butt, but you're fine. You actually land on something that's kind of hard and yet soft at the same time.
Whoa.
So most likely Henry. Esteban, unfortunately, you land right on your butt. Your cape does not manage to catch you, nor can you grab onto the walls to slow yourself down. You'll take a point of ouchie damage from hitting your butt. Henry is curled up in a heap on the ground with his wings over his eyes and his poor throbbing red nose, and he's sobbing quietly, which is probably why he doesn't notice that he's landed on what appears to be a package of some sort. It's like wrapped in a handkerchief about the size of a Whopper sandwich. He's landed half on and half off it, so it's like sticking out from under him.
I have no idea what's the Roque sandwich. Sorry.
What's a Whopper sandwich? It's a big hamburger.
Okay.
It's the size of a big hamburger for our non-US listeners there who are not killing yourselves with processed food like we are. So Henry is half on and half off of whatever this package is.
Well, Thwompkins will definitely be more concerned about Henry and try to pick Henry up and put Henry on his back, like a piggyback ride.
Oh, Henry's very heavy.
Muscle, yeah, as I say,
give me a muscly roll. Yeah,
muscly is Thwompkins' big stat. 6 plus 6 is 12.
You get him up there. You don't know how, but he's on your shoulders, and his paws are hanging like they're beating against his paws. His talons are kind of banging against your chest.
I'm a drum.
And his head is like on top of your head, so it's almost like you're wearing a big old dragon pelt.
Henry's my backpack.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just kind of slumped over you.
Oh, hey, what's that? On the ground.
It's a package. Do you want to pick it up? It seems to be something wrapped in a handkerchief.
Well, Thwompkins cannot.
Esteban, any interest in seeing what Henry landed on top of?
Of course. I mean, Henry is being taken care of. I want to see what was in the floor.
Okay. Are you going to pick it up?
Mm-hmm.
You open up the handkerchief. It's been tied up like a bindle. Lay the handkerchief flat, and there are 4 cookies in the handkerchief. And it seems like someone has kind of stashed them away. Probably wouldn't have noticed where they were if Henry hadn't crashed through the ceiling. So you can dispense those cookies, or you can keep them to yourself. And there's also a red handkerchief.
Fashion.
Should I give it?
What did you find?
I found 3 cookies.
Cookies? Do you hear that, Henry? Esteban found cookies. They were under your butt.
They're butt cookies.
Butt cookies!
They were butt cookies!
Yes.
God, I hope those are chocolate chips.
Stop! Oh my
Floating in
gosh!
the pool.
That's okay.
Do you want a butt cookie?
Do I want a butt cookie?
Yeah.
I absolutely want a butt cookie because I have almost no cookies.
I knew. But you have a lot of butts.
When you fell down that hole and you landed, and then I picked you up and see, now you're on my back and stuff, and now you're like getting piggyback rides, and so you should be okay. You should and we got cookies too, so that's all good.
I fell down a hole?
You crashed through a hole in the floor. Yep.
Oh no.
But it's okay. You're on my back now, and you're piggyback ride.
Yeah, it's okay. We are not hurt, so it's okay.
Where's Daybella and Ignatius?
Oh.
I'm sorry, Augustus.
You look up, and they are looking down at you from the hole, from the top of the hole. And Daybella says, "We'll find another way. We can't get. It's too far. It's too far. Try to meet us where the nice smell is."
Okay, we got cookies.
Okay.
Bye, friends.
They're butt cookies.
We got butt cookies.
The mushroom people in my head say not to eat the butt cookies. At least not for me to eat the butt cookies, but you guys have fun with those.
Oh, you like the butt cookies as well.
I'll use these to trade.
And Ignatius and Daybella work their way around the hole and scamper off into the darkness. Aaryn, before we go further, please re-roll, if you have not done so, your Grumps max level.
I did it on my break.
Okay.
And I have 6 Grumps now.
You have 6.
It's amazing.
Aaron's new max is 6. All right.
Oh, yeah.
And you're back down to 0.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, you fell down a hole, and you landed on somebody's secret stash of cookies. Apparently, according to Esteban, 3 cookies.
Exactly. 3 cookies. No more than
3 cookies. No more than 3 cookies.
But you gave me one of the 3?
Yes, I gave you one of the butt cookies. Then I gave Trumpkins a butt cookie as well. Everybody gets a butt cookie.
Yay!
Okay.
Just one, because there were only
3
cookies.
cookies, yes.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said there were 3. There's
You might
4 of
have
us
2
here.
butts, but only 1 butt cookie.
Oh. Is that words of wisdom? Because I heard words of wisdom are words that I don't understand, and I didn't understand that.
It's okay, Watkins.
It might. I don't know.
We don't have time to explain it to
Okay.
you.
Oh, you like being on my back?
Yeah.
Piggyback ride! Starts to
You're
gallop
gonna
around.
carry him around for a while. Henry is twice the size of Thwompkins, so even though Thwompkins has got most of Henry on his back, your back legs and your tail are just kind of dragging along.
Falcons is all upper body. I'm telling you, man, like body of like a little gorilla. All upper body.
I know I'm a dragon, but I'm also a dragon, so I'm gonna get off now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Why are you a dragon?
Dragon the dragon. I get it. Okay.
Oh, I asked a
But,
unicorn once why she was a unicorn, and then she stared at me for a very long time. Again, that event happened on a Patreon episode.
A Patreon exclusive episode.
Please subscribe to
Let's get
our
off this one.
Patreon.
Find out how Thwompkins broke a unicorn's brain for 10 seconds.
It's easier than you'd think. So you're at the bottom of a hole.
Bottom of a hole.
And it seems like-
with butt cookie.
Bottom of the hole. And you seem to be, you notice that where you are is very dusty and there's wooden support beams all over. But they're rotted through as if no one has come back here for a while or no one has spent much time here. But you can tell it's a structure that was made by somebody. It's not a hole in a cave or anything like that. It's probably like some sort of old storage room that was sealed away for a long time.
Wow.
Does it look like there's... I mean, we fell down. Like, how far down did we fall?
Fell about 10 feet, which when you were 2 feet, that's up there. Luckily, your big old beefy body broke their falls, Henry.
You're welcome, guys. I'm very majestic.
So majestic.
Thank you.
Although I would imagine Thwompkins landing on you is like, getting hit by a brick, but yeah.
Probably. I was too worried about my crying to notice.
It's true. And your poor nose, and then
Oh, it's been a hard day, guys.
the rock boy granites himself right on top of you. Yeah, it's bad time. There is an entrance out that you can see, but it is partially covered with rocks that have been... Somebody has set rocks up in the entranceway in the hopes of making people think that there's nothing in this room. Most likely. It's just a big pile of stones and rocks that have been piled up about maybe 4 feet high, and there's probably only a good maybe foot worth of clearance between the top of the rock pile and the top of the doorway.
Oh, I like rocks.
Kids. Yeah, I was gonna say you probably have a pretty special relationship with rocks, so why don't you see if you can move some of them?
I do.
You know, because you're like a lot like a rock.
I am?
Yeah.
Yo, you are crunchy.
Oh, I'm crunchy. Rocks are crunchy.
Yes, rocks are crunchy.
Oh, okay. I can move them. Thwompkins is
You're
going.
strong like a rock.
Oh, I was just gonna ask him nicely, but I guess I can pick them up. And Thwompkins goes up and
Muscly challenge, yes. Thank you. Sorry.
Thwompkins walks up and says, "Excuse me, Rocks. We need to ask you to move nicely, and I'm gonna move you." say something if that's not okay.
Same thing.
Always ask for consent, kids.
3 and 6 is a 9.
Yeah, Thwompkins, you scratch a couple of the rocks out of the way. Enough that you can scurry, that you and Esteban can kind of slither your way through. Henry, give me a nimble check.
Guys, I'm so good at nimble. I got a 5.
Henry, you don't think you're going to be able to get through there? Not enough clearance. And
For my big old
Thwompkins,
dragon booty.
your big old dragon booty. You're dragging a lot of junk in that trunk. Thwompkins has moved the rocks that he can, but he just can't. He can't get enough to get you out of there. So you're gonna have to figure out another way out.
Can I try to move some rocks?
You could try to move some rocks. How do you want to move some rocks? You
Um,
want to just get up there and push?
No. I'm going to. Okay, so I have my. Like, how big are the rocks?
The rocks are probably about half the size of a cinder block.
That
So-
makes Jason. That
I know.
makes no.
I'm looking for something.
Are they bigger than my dragon body?
No.
Okay.
They're about the size of 2 bricks. How about that?
Okay. So Henry would like to try and make kind of a sling out of his absorbent underwear
Okay.
and pull it off
Oh,
because he has a push-pull ability.
he does. Why don't you go ahead and give me your push pull and add a +1 on top of that because of your clever use of your absorbent underwear?
Thank goodness for a... Oh, okay. With a +1, I get an 8.
Ooh.
8 is great. Henry whips out his I believe this is your second pair of absorbent underwear.
This is my second pair of absorbent underwear.
Is this the one that you've been wearing on your head, or
I
No.
put them on over my clothes so that the toilet couldn't see my butt.
Wouldn't see your butt? That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. In one of our past episodes, they fought a toilet monster who you did not want him to see your butt.
Or so we were told.
So we were told. Henry,
We were all smart enough to cover our butts.
That's right. You covered your butts.
Remember to cover your butts, kids.
It's always important. Always important. Whatever you do, make sure your butt is covered. Henry pulls off his undies. He slings them around one of the larger rocks. He uses his push-pull perk, which lets him get kind of an extra little muscly burst there. And at first you think you're going to rip the undies. The band is stretching. But then there's a little bit of give. One last tug. The rock tumbles down. You jump out of the way and manage to save the underwear at the same time. And there is now enough room for you to scurry through as well.
Okay, guys. I finally got it under control. I had to move some rocks with my really beefy muscles.
Good job, Henry.
Beefy.
I saw it. I was really impressed.
I'm
Me
very
too.
majestic.
Everyone is impressed by your clever underwear use. Your underwear usage is actually so impressive to me, Aaryn. Give yourself a gold star.
Oh,
for,
good.
Yay.
Oh, thank you.
For Aaryn, I don't believe Aaryn has used her underwear for underwear purposes yet.
Nope.
She has shown the multifaceted uses of that garment, and I think we would all be
No.
glad to have you
Someday
our
they can
Southern
take away
Kyrgyzstan.
tummy aches.
someday. But for
Not
now,
today.
let's use them for slings for moving rocks. Let's use them as
Butt covers.
butt covers. Let's use them as filters for poisonous gas rooms. I believe
It was also
yeah.
a disguise to go to the elemental plane of candy.
What an amazingly multifaceted.
I know
article of clothing.
you never knew underwear could be so versatile.
I mean, always keep a pair handy, kids. You never know when you're going to need them. All right, the three of you managed to get your way out of this storage room. And now that you find yourself at the end of a hallway, there is a sound of water, that same rushing water sound that you had heard back in the Pirates' Keep. Somehow you think at the end of the tunnel you may have found your way back to the Brown River. You don't know if it's the same river, but there's definitely a sound of water. The hallway, the tunnel that you're in, is lined with sputtering torches that every now and then will flare up. And the flares are usually followed by a smell coming through the air. So you think it might be maybe too much methane in the air. That's kind of, if you knew what methane was, you do know you can light your farts on fire. So it's probably something pretty similar to that.
Henry just lights his breath on fire. Thank you.
I mean, I think you can do the opposite as well.
Right.
This is like how you can't fart next to Cindy, the fire elemental girl.
Basically, yes.
If you do, you're dating. Yeah.
I don't understand what she means by that.
Cindy doesn't quite yet either, but give her a couple years.
She says, She says we're dating, and I'm like, what's today?
She says, it's the day you go get me a juice box, Swampkins.
Okay.
Because that's just the kind of girl Cindy is.
And that's the kind of guy he is.
And that's the kind of guy Swampkins is.
She's on fire.
She is hot stuff, that Cindy, the fire elemental girl. I need to put in the fire elemental girl now, apparently. All right.
And her and Flumpkins have an odd relationship.
An odd relationship.
Well, she's the only one, or you're the only one that she can't hurt because you're made of
She
rocks.
will catch on fire because you're made of rocks.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Her relationship.
Wow, Thompkins has a little girlfriend now. Wow.
Her relationship with Teddy the tree boy did not end well. The three of you give me nosy rolls.
To know about Thwompkins' dating life, apparently.
Yeah, to know about Thwompkins' dating life.
4 and 2 is a 6.
Nosy rolls, yep.
This is my
based on cuteness or
cuteness.
Cuteness.
4 and 2 is a 6.
7.
I got a 6 as well.
Henry, you hear, coming from the end of the tunnel, farther than you can hear,
I'm not sure what I just heard, guys.
and there's stuff.
What that might be?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Thwompkins, I'm gonna need you to quit that for a second so I can listen really hard.
Okay.
And it's just this weird sound goes back and forth from the end of the hall.
That wasn't me.
That one different but the same at the same time, strangely.
Guys, I definitely hear something and I'm not sure what's going on. But you know when Thwompkins goes like really fast across the courtyard?
Oh, nurses call them zoomies.
It kind of sounds like that.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Something is doing zoomies on the other end of the hall, the other end of the tunnel, past your field of vision, where you hear the water coming from.
Wait, someone is doing zoomies in the...
There's room for zoomies?
The filthy river?
Yeah, what if you fell in? I don't think that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Do any of you know how to swim?
No.
Probably not.
Dragons
Yeah.
do. Unless you're a water dragon, which I am not.
You are not.
I do. I swim in
Blumpkins
the
is made out
bathtub.
of rock,
I swim in the bathtub.
and vampires don't do well with running water.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I can do zoomies in the ceiling, but I can't do zoomies in the river.
Should we avoid this sound, or like, should we be afraid of somebody who can do zoomies, or will they be a friend?
Thwompkins does not look at all concerned about zoomies. In fact, he looks excited.
I think Henry's feeling a little bit like he was really wanting Ignatius or Daybella to kind of take charge, and he's not very comfortable with this.
So
Because-
finding
he
himself
doesn't-
in a leadership position? Yeah.
So
He's like,
Sometimes.
not sure. So
I will
I
take charge,
guess-
and I go seeking of the zoomies.
Henry immediately says, "That sounds like a good idea," and follows Esteban.
Yes.
Esteban is now taking charge of the party.
And I yell, charge, and I run.
And he runs. Esteban, you go shooting out of the tunnel. Watkins comes shooting after you, with Henry pulling up behind. He's the slowest, but he's got a lot of mass behind him, so once his inertia gets going, he can start moving.
A lot of mess behind it.
He has a hard time stopping, but once he gets going,
Guys, watch out for that tail. That's all I'm saying.
Esteban, you see it first. Sure enough, there is a river going by. And in the middle of the river, zipping back and forth, it's a strange sight. It's a boat, but it seems to be made out of duct tape and cardboard. And there are, and maybe it's there's some porcelain as well. And there are two lizard kids standing on the bow of the boat. One seems to be an alligator, one seems to be a crocodile, but they are both wearing sport coats. One's wearing a white sport coat, one's wearing a blue sport coat, and they've got their sleeves rolled up. And they're both wearing sunglasses.
In the sewers.
In the sewers. And they're leaning on their boat, and one of them has his tail in the water. And he's just whipping his tail back and forth. And that's what makes the boat go. And the other one is going with his mouth. And they just kind of drift back and forth. They're not going real fast, but they kind of float back and forth in front of the entranceway.
Wow.
Look, it's a...
The one who's making the noise, he's got some sort of light in his hand that shines a light over the area of the sewers that you're in, and he's kind of looking down different tunnels, going, but he really can't see anything because he's wearing sunglasses basically in the dark underground. So even with this flashing light, he's not coming up against much. Garrett, make me a nosy roll, would you?
Oh, well, both of these guys are really good at nosy anyway, so let's see. How about a 10?
Who are you controlling, Al or the other one?
I'm doing Al.
Al, okay.
Alistair Tubbs Alligator.
Alistair Tubbs Alligator. Alistair, Al is the one with the flashlight, and you catch a glint of movement out of your eyes, and you make a noise that goes,
You see Al reach down and turn the head of his buddy behind him, and the boat kind of turns as they both lean.
Yep. And they're standing on the beach, not on the beach, because you're in the sewer, on the side of the sewer, coming out of one of the tunnels.
Sewer beach, yes.
Sewer beach are three kids. There's a dragon, there's a gargoyle, and there's some little creepy kid who you don't quite know what's up with him, but he has an air of menace about him. They weren't there a couple of seconds ago.
Henry sees them lean and kind of mutters to himself, "Augustus, where are you? These guys are the leading and it's not you. I don't know what to do."
Oh, hey.
Tompkins just looks super excited.
I go to Henry and just say, easy, it's just a boat made of ducktails. Don't worry.
Where are you guys coming in from?
Wait,
You weren't here a little while ago.
no, we came from over there.
Points down wherever they came from.
We came from a hole.
I think we came from up. We fell down.
You did? Down that hallway there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, past those rocks. Not this rock. He's with us. The other rocks.
Oh, that moving rock?
Yeah, he's with us.
Yeah, he's a friend.
Who?
What's your name? What's your name there, moving rock?
Tompkins just pauses. Wait, who's a moving rock?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
This-
Tompkins.
It's not Swampkins. Don't worry about it. This is Swampkins. It might take him a while.
We've been cruising down here. Oh, sorry. I'm Alistair Tubbs the alligator.
Hi, Alistair. I'm Tompkins.
But whatever, you can call me Al. And this is my buddy, David the crocodile. We call him Crockett.
Hi, Crockett.
Hey.
I'm Tompkins.
he doesn't always say so much. But we've been cruising down here. We know there's been some kids, like, come into our sewer system here in the Brown River. And we've been doing river patrols, trying to find people. And also untoward things.
Oh.
Say what? Make what?
There's
You guys,
there's nothing untoward happening here.
you guys see him, like, pull his sport jacket open. You can see some metal, like, flash inside of it. And he closes his sport jacket
Ooh,
again.
what was that?
You guys don't know of anything fishy going on, do you?
No, we don't know anything about any fish at
oh,
all.
There's
Yeah, I
a
haven't seen any
river.
fish.
Yeah, I don't see any fish in this river. So, do we have fish?
No fish. Henry starts realizing that maybe he's got to do the talking here. So, no fish. None. We're not fishy at all.
Yeah,
Not even-
I'm not
Okay.
fishy. I'm Thwompkins.
Not even fish sticks.
You aren't possibly got contraband on you, do you?
Nothing. We don't deal in contraband, not at all. Never.
Give me a brainy roll, Aaryn.
What's contraband?
Maybe
Okay.
someone who is against bands? I like bands. I'm not a contraband.
Henry gets a 10.
Contraband means stuff that you're not supposed to have. Henry knows that. Thwompkins and Esteban obviously do not. No.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with knowing what's a band, but not a contraband.
We don't deal in any contraband. No way. Completely above board here, guys. We just got
Where's the
lost. We
board?
got separated from our
Where's
friends.
Be
You
above
say
board. I
that?
thought we were
Where's
in
the
the
board?
underground.
That's a boat, not a board.
Guys, be cool. Be
Oh,
cool.
oh, oh,
Like,
oh,
no.
okay. Find something to lead on. Find something
well,
to
in
lead
that
on.
case,
Find something to lead
When
on.
Henry says be cool, both Alistair and Crockett, like, pose and lower their glasses,
Thwompkins is
doing a smolder.
somewhere a synthesizer plays. Yeah.
Yeah, they're synthesized. All of a sudden you can hear some music.
the moment "be cool" is mentioned. Thwompkins immediately leans on something.
Leans on something,
Henry sees them trying to smolder and says, "Hey guys, that's my deal. Back up off.
yeah. Oh. So now you.
No big.
I smolder. You guys can lean. That's fine. I understand that I'm not great at leading, but I smolder. I'm a
Right.
dragon.
Wait, but I thought you don't smolder because you gave all your cool to the weird kids.
Guys, they can't take away my dragon coolness. It's a part of
It's
me.
not a dragon
So
hotness.
you guys said you fell down?
We
Uh,
did.
You fell down in that tunnel back
uh-huh.
there?
Yeah. And we're trying to get back to our cooler friends because I got stuck with these two.
Oh, you like us too.
Croc-
Don't say that.
I do. I just wish you were a little bit more like that crocodile over there.
I can be cool.
Quiet.
I pull my cape over my face.
will
and
get off the boat and-
That's cool.
I'm trying to be cool. I'm doing the whole leaning thing.
That's cool. I know it's cool.
That's good.
Al will get off the boat and go swim over to them. And
Ew,
says
gross.
water.
Oh,
he says something to Crockett, and Crockett, like, takes off in the boat. And he just kind of keeps going, and you see Al, like, stand up and, like, make some noises down. And Crockett, like, hold up his thumb, like, thanks, dude, as he goes off into the distance. And Al turns, he's like, all right, so you said you had friends that were up topside. And Crockett takes he knows how to take the boat, and he'll go find your buddies, and we can help them get back a hold of you later. You fell down into our lair area, so that's why we were really wondering what was going on, if you were doing some contraband stuff you're not supposed to be doing.
No, we only ever do stuff that we're supposed to be doing, and we have a very important, very legitimate appointment that we are trying to keep until we got separated from our cool friends.
it's always.
You won't find too many cooler than the Croc in the alley.
I don't doubt it. I don't
crack.
I don't
and you see
doubt
when
it.
he crawl when he swam over to you guys through that mucky brown water, but he gets up and comes out of the water, and his sport coat is spotless.
Ooh.
That's a superpower.
So cool.
Like the water didn't even affect it.
I don't doubt that you are cool, but we just have our friends that we also think are very cool, and they're a part of our group. So we've got to find them for our very legitimate appointment.
I get it. We'll help you.
Hey, Garrett and Aaryn, I need you to both make me guile rolls.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's what
All right,
that's
well,
what
I'm gonna-
Henry's good at.
Actually, it's what Al is good at.
Oh,
Well, not so good at, but he's got a +1.
Yeah, so
he's
does
gonna
Henry.
Chomp a cookie. I got a 9.
I got a 10. No cookie.
Oh, snap.
No.
Hey, Al, these cats are on the level.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
We're all above boat.
I mean, just as an aside, they were going to help you guys out anyway.
Right, but yeah.
Very legitimate appointments that we must get to.
Yeah, we are
We
did.
envoy convoy envelope.
Exactly. Don't ask what that means, because it will be a long discussion that we do not have time for. But we gotta get to this meeting, but we first have to find our friends, our cool friends.
We have cool friends.
Al, give me a brainy
We can
roll.
help you with that. A brainy roll?
Yeah, give me a brainy roll.
It'd be an 8.
You've heard mention of the envoy convoy envelope before from some of the suspects you've been investigating.
Yeah, we know something about this envoy convoy involving a big kid.
I cannot disclose things
No,
to
I cannot
It's
confirm.
cool.
No,
To people-
we're here to
yeah.
help you guys.
I can't even confirm or deny the involvement of a big kid.
But what I will tell you is that we gotta go. There is a meeting, an appointment that we are trying to get to. But
That's why we can help you, because Crockett and I were on our way to investigate some of this meeting also. And we were on our way as well.
Oh, that's good.
But first we really need to find Ignatius. Julius, and Debella.
These are the cool friends? Are they that cool?
I didn't think they were that cool.
I mean,
Oh,
Tompkins, what do you think?
Wow.
I mean, Roque-
Julius is so cool. He taught me to be cool. See how I'm being cool. He taught me to be cool.
Oh, okay.
Esteban, the problem is that you are very old, and old people lose all their cool.
It's
I'm
true.
cool. I've been cool
Old
for
people are
300
not
years.
cool.
I'm still cool, okay?
Nah, dude. Doesn't
Yes.
work that way.
He's so cool he's dead.
Yeah.
I'm
that's-
cool as a ghoul.
He's cool temperature-wise. Yeah.
Esteban, we are great friends, but also just realize you're just not that cool.
Yes, I am. I'm very cool.
Esteban,
okay.
Esteban,
Touch me. See how cool
I
am.
think you're cool.
Thanks, Tompkins.
Okay, I touch you. Okay, I'm touching
Yes.
you. Oh, you're
Yes,
so
I'm
cool.
I
Oh,
know.
you're really
Yes, I
cold.
know. I said that.
Oh, do you want a hug? Do you want a hug to warm up? Here, I'm gonna give you a hug so you can warm up. Okay, hug.
Group hug. Everybody go. No,
Henry
not
tu-
the crocodile.
Henry turns to Al.
What? Hug?
Henry
Hug
No,
the crocodile?
group hug, but without the crocodile. After he takes a bath.
Oh.
But-
Henry turns to Al and says, "This is why I can't get anything done. This is why we can't have
I
nice
said
things."
I'm cool.
Well, let's get on track.
Not a
Exactly.
track.
if
It's
anyone
a
needs
river.
cool, I can lend you my shades, but only for a minute, because I need my shades.
I can appreciate you need something to curate your style. I too have a pretty apparent majestic style about me, as you can see.
Hard to miss.
with his big red spot on his nose.
Yes.
But we
I'm just gonna let this go.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we gotta find our friends.
Okay.
It's a pit of RP in here, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm having it. It's good.
I'll help you. That's why I sent Crockett on ahead to go scout for your Debella and your Ignatius.
No,
you said?
Julius, but it's okay. He goes by a lot of names. You can call him something, and he'll pretty much answer to it. It's cool.
It's okay. You can call me Al.
Do. All right. Hey kiddos, it's Jason, your friendly neighborhood sitter, and I want to talk to you today about Anchor by Spotify. Anchor is an all-in-one podcasting app that lets you edit and record your podcast right from your phone or computer, and then host it on your favorite podcast-catching website. And the best part of all, it is absolutely free. Anchor is what we use to host Even Footing Games Presents Babies and Broadswords, and even though I've had to record this ad 15 times, what you're going to hear is the best version we have, thanks to Anchor. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. It is so easy, a baby could do it.
Hi, and thanks for listening to Even Footing Games Presents Babies and Broadswords. We have a couple of announcements during the break this week. Our book is going to be available for pre-sale later this week, but if you happen to be a patron, you can access the PDF now. If you want to become a patron, you can do so by going to www.patreon.com/evenfootinggames. We've had some awesome submissions of character art for Babies and Broadswords characters, and we've started a gallery on our website, evenfootinggames.com. If you want to check out some beautiful babies, feel free to go look at those. Also, if you would like to submit your own baby art, you can tag us on social media, or you can email us at evenfootinggames@gmail.com. As always, we'd like to thank the gentlemen for the use of their song, Rubber Ball. And now let's get back to the baby shenanigans. Okay, so where do we go to meet up with Crockett? Who, by the way, can I just say, that's a cool dude. You know why? He knows how to be quiet.
Oh wait, that's another thing of being cool.
That is maybe the greatest essence of being cool, is knowing when to be quiet.
Are you pointedly looking at Thwompkins and Esteban?
I mean, the nurses always say Thwompkins be quiet, and I didn't know they were telling me to be cool. I thought they were just telling me to be quiet.
Yeah,
Al just knowingly nods.
Always cool.
Because he's cool.
Never hot, always cool.
Because both Al and Crockett are very high on cuteness, and therefore awesomely with cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Thwompkins and Esteban.
Oh, I'm cool.
Uh-huh.
Can be cool in this roles, the two of you.
4 + 2 is 6.
I got a 4.
But people can't see with the podcast is that I did finger guns.
You know what? I think we could all feel that you did finger guns.
I tried to, but I...
Thwompkins does finger guns.
But you can't. Esteban and Thwompkins, Henry's pointed glare and the coolness exuding off of Al really...
I rolled an 11.
Really enforces the fact that you are not cool.
I am cool.
It actually hurts. And you're both going to take a point of grumps when you realize how uncool you are.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It just means I gotta do better.
Al!
I promise I'll do better.
Let's get this show on the road.
Let's get this show on the road.
It's a river.
So the river...
Oh my god, it's a road, it's a track, no!
Esteban has not gotten to the point where he knows that something can stand for something else. He's all very literal.
It's all right there, yeah.
To an alligator and a crocodile, these sewers and these rivers are as good as roads to us.
Yeah.
Because we get in and swim and get with the flow.
Go with that flow.
Okay, that's cool.
The bank that you stand on,
It's still a river, though.
on the banks on the muddy river, there's a small walkway on each side of the river. So you could walk single file to get from tunnel to area to area. So there's the tunnel that you guys came down through in the first place, where you found that stash through Henry fell through the floor. And then the walkways extend to your right and your left. And then, if you can get across the river, it's about 10 feet wide. There's more tunnels and more walkways that extend to your right and your left.
So where was the smell? They mentioned the smell, so where was the good smell coming from?
Give me a nosy roll. See if you can smell it down here.
Oh, good. I'm good at nosy.
That's good because I'm not.
Yes, you are. You have
I
a big red nosy.
Yeah, I get an 11.
You've never noticed a good smelling smell that they were talking about before, but you're getting a waft of it now coming from that tunnel where they said they came from.
Okay.
So they said they fell through the ceiling or they fell through the floor, so maybe they opened up a hole in two.
Come on. I got the trail. We can go down this way.
Okay.
Henry follows. He doesn't want to be in the front. He will follow.
So you're heading back towards the tunnel? Okay. You guys head back, and sure enough, Al, that smell gets stronger and stronger. You got the trail. The kids all scurry up this pile of rocks, and you have always thought you've been down this tunnel before, but the rocks had never it always looked like it had been caved in, but they've managed to dig their way into this area. You've never actually seen inside because the rocks had always piled it up. So you're surprised to see that it's actually like a sort of storeroom. It's a person-made structure. It wasn't just it looks like it was set
natural
up.
cavern.
Yeah, natural cavern, exactly. Sure enough, 10 feet up there is a hole. But your investigator senses tingle. You don't like things being where you didn't think there were things there. The fact that this is actually a room and not just a caved-in tunnel tickles a little noggin in the back of your amphibian brain, your reptile brain.
Did you guys find some things in here?
No, not at all. Just fell right on my butt. Then I had a big old rock guy fall into me, and a little sneaky vampire.
I was just kind of going to scan them, because if this is a human-made thing or a person-made area that he didn't know was here, something's fishy.
Guys, I'm telling you, I've never smelled any fish down here. I would tell you, I'd be straight up with you because you seem like such a cool investigator.
And there's no fish because I always wanted to do fishing, and there weren't fish, so I couldn't fish.
Well, so the three of you fell from up there to down here.
That's
right?
how it happens. You fell from up to down.
There was a wasp nest. It was a big thing. I don't know if you can tell, because I've got this sting on my nose, that if wasps are attacking you, you might fall through the floor.
That's a real
Watch out.
So then the smell is coming from up?
Yep.
So if we need to get up, how are we going to get there, guys?
I go up I start climbing on the walls.
Oh, I can climb.
Can you?
Nah.
I mean, I know Esteban can, because I decided for some reason we gave you wall walking for some reason. Yeah.
I'm going to bet that Henry over here isn't so good at climbing either.
I'm not great at climbing, but I am great at flying.
I mean, I'm thinking of a certain show involving Thwompkin's kind where they climbed up concrete buildings. Is what immediately came to mind.
Mm-hmm. If you guys want to try, I will need some help to get up that high. Because being an alligator, I got these little bitty short limbs. I'm good at swimming. I'm not so good at climbing.
Probably why he has to roll up his sports coat because his limbs are so short.
I put the alligator on a piggyback ride. And
you're gonna pick up the gator?
Yes.
And you're gonna what? You're gonna walk up the wall with him?
Exactly.
I'm still gonna need a muscly roll out of you on that one. Yeah. -1 because you were carrying an alligator on your back.
But that's my alligator bag. So
Can I do a look at me? I can help
Yeah. Are you a mommy's little helper?
for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a mommy's little helper
All right, you sure can.
because Al is a mommy's little helper and Crockett is in sneaky pants. Seems like a great investigator team.
Yeah, good team.
So, all right, I'm gonna take my grumps.
Mm-hmm.
So for look at me, I can help. I take 2 grumps to assist another player with a skill challenge. Mommy's little helper makes the same roll and adds half their score to the first players.
Yep.
Which I am not very good at adventurousness. So I will. But hey, I managed to roll good, so I add 4.
4. Okay.
And what did you roll, Rocky?
I rolled a 5. My adventures is 5 as well, and it was a muscly or a beef.
It'd be muscly.
So I got a +2, so it's a 12. Well, plus the 4, it's a 16.
Holy smokes.
So we make it somehow. We make it look cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You grab Al, kind of throw him over your shoulder, and then you don't climb up the wall. You just put your feet up on the wall, and all of a sudden you're walking up the wall at a 90 degree
I got
angle,
a 16.
like it's the
I'm
floor.
moonwalking up the wall.
Yeah, you moonwalk up the wall. Yeah.
I told you I was cool.
And while you're doing it, you're like bench pressing the alligator.
Oh, I want to do that.
And heck, that was such a good roll. You got all 3 of them up. How about that?
Okay.
You just kind of stand about midway up the wall, and you toss the alligator up, and then you grab Thwompkins and Henry, and you toss them up too, and then you moonwalk up the rest of the way.
Woohoo.
Wow.
There's definitely a reason we keep these 2 around. I just want to be clear. It's not for cool reasons.
It's not for cool dance.
It is, you know.
I gotta say, that is some impressive teamwork.
I know. I will take the credit for assembling this crack team.
Oh, I thought Jacques sent you to me.
Yeah, but it was my idea that we needed some muscle, and I told Jacques that. And,
You're so smart, Henry.
Thanks, and majestic.
Yes, you are.
I still don't know what that means, but okay.
A lot of positive validation going through here today, Henry. Feeling pretty good about it. Maybe your confidence is rising a little bit.
Woohoo.
You'll fly yet, little dragon.
I have flown. Don't you worry.
The little dragon that could.
I can fly across hallways that have beds of nails. Don't worry.
Yeah. He did. It was a thing. Pretty impressive.
You just probably haven't heard that because that podcast episode hasn't been released.
Hasn't aired.
Spoilers.
What did happen, kids?
Spoilers.
Oh no, somebody knocked that wall down.
Yes.
I believe it was the 4th wall. So you're in the dark hallway again. There's a little light shining up from the hole where you just were, and that smell of flowers is stronger now coming from the other end of the hallway. Henry, you don't feel so much like freaking out as you did last time. Probably because now you are surrounded by
Cool and strong people.
strong and cool people. Yep.
That's where I like it. I like to be the brains of the operation.
And you all make your way down the dark hallway. Eventually, you see a pinpoint of light from the end of the tunnel, and the smell gets stronger. And there is hints of green poking up from between the sewer rocks. There are tendrils of ivy and roots that are worming their way through the brickwork and through the stonework. A few steps more, and there's a grass that is coating the floor, and that smell is getting brighter. And there's a few flowers popping here and there off the walls, but not flowers that you've never seen before. These every once in a while, the nurses will have flowers that they'll put out when their boyfriends are saying sorry for doing something at home. But these seem more. You don't know what bioluminescence is, but that's what they are. They're kind of more glowy in the dark. These flowers, these blossoms.
Oh.
Could Henry pick one?
Sure. Are you gonna pick one?
I would like to pick one, and then I would like to cover my nose with it so I don't have to smell the sewer.
Okay. Why don't you give me a beefy roll on that?
Oh, okay. 7. No, yeah, 7.
Okay.
Ooh.
The pollen is a bit much, but it does block out the sewer smell. So you've got a pretty flower that smells real nice, and you can use it to remove 1 tummy ache damage if you want, when you smell it.
Oh, I can't just hold it over my nose all the time?
I mean, you can do that too, but if you
Okay.
want to use up its itemness, yeah.
Okay.
But Henry, you look really nice with a flower
Ooh.
Strapped to your nose.
strapped to your nose. Yeah.
Maybe it covers Henry's
The
big old
giant
red nose.
the giant red hornet wasp sting. Yeah. The tunnel eventually opens up to a verdant garden that someone has planted and let run wild in the middle of the sewer. There are flowers and there are not quite trees. They're like just really thick root system that kind of branches off, so they almost look like trees, with tall grass and a fountain in the middle that sprays. It looks like a bunch of big fish that are spitting mostly cleanish looking water. It's not quite as brown as the river, but they're like spitting it up into the air.
Real quick, Thompkins is going to walk out of the flower area and then immediately run back in and grab a flower and tuck it away.
Okay, Wompkins also grabs a flower and tucks it away. Are you just grabbing one at random?
Yep. One of the glowy ones.
So would I kind of recognize these types of fish that are in there?
Give me a crafty roll. Or no, I'm sorry.
I'm always looking for a good snack.
I
Sure.
thought you are always looking for something fishy. So
I got a 6. I'm always looking for something fishy
I mean,
and a snack.
These look
you've
pretty
seen
fishy.
fish before. You know it's a fish.
Thompkins comes
But
back.
Yeah.
they're made
Okay.
of, they're made of rock though, so you probably don't want to eat them. Yeah.
Thompkins comes back. He's like, oh, hey, fish. There's fish. Oh, anyone got a fishing pole?
is that fishy enough for
No.
you, Croc? I mean,
I don't-
wow.
I don't think you want to fish with. You need a pole for these fish. You just kind of reach out and like tap one of them
Tonk,
Huh?
tonk.
if it's a rock fish.
Yeah. It makes a dull thudding noise, and a voice from some of the tall grass squeaks out, "Who's there? Who's there?
Hi, I'm
I
Thompkins.
can't. Oh, stay right where you are.
Okay.
Don't move.
Why? We like to move. I like to move it.
You like to work it, yeah."
Thompkins starts dancing.
And a grizzled from the tall grass parts, and a gnarly little hand comes out holding a cane, followed by a large bluish brownish furry creature covered in fur from head to toe, with a long pointy nose that kind of flares out into a weird starfish pattern, and it's wearing glasses that are about 7 inches thick, and it peers at you from the other side of the glade. Voice says, "I can't see you, but I can smell you. You came from the river, didn't you?"
I told you to take a
Uh-huh.
bath.
Yeah, hi. I'm Thompkins. I'm sorry if I smell. Someone said I smelled earlier.
"Well, you can hop in the fountain if you want. I don't mind."
You didn't happen to see smell 2 others come by here, did you?
I smelled a few other kids, but they went.
There would have
One
been
would have a
one
very
that maybe smelled like me, and I'll go over and like give him my hand to smell, and then there'd be 2 others that smell like them.
Well, one of them would probably have a very strong smell of mushrooms.
Oh, I remember the mushroom girl. She smelled like mushrooms.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
they came through here, but they didn't stop to chat. They just grabbed a couple of flowers and kept on walking. Said
Which
something
way did
about.
they go?
He points off on the other side of the garden to a path that you didn't see before because it's covered in the trees and tall grass. It's like, I would have offered them a ride, but they didn't stop long enough to say hello.
Oh,
Well, hello.
they're probably very trying to look for us, though.
And they're really cool.
They said they were looking for their smart, tough friends, but I don't think they were talking about you. Oh.
No, that's
so you think,
that's definitely us. I'm the smart one, and these guys are the tough ones.
Hi, I'm Thwompkins, and apparently tough too.
Yeah, I was pointing at you,
wait,
Thwompkins.
is tough my other name? Like how Julius has a bunch of names. Am I tough?
Yeah, Thwompkins, tough, gargoyle.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
what.
Is that T2?
Yes.
Yay.
T2?
He has a pain. He has a pained look on his face. Like, this is why I moved to the underground.
Yay, I'm TT.
Children.
I got you about that.
You get what I'm saying, buddy? And he kind of points towards in the general direction of Al, but like he's about 6 inches to the left. Yeah.
I'm cool. We're cool with that. So they went down that hallway.
Yeah, and I would have told them not to go that way, but they just kept on going before I could say anything.
What's down that hallway?
Oh, down that hallway?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go you don't want to go down that hallway.
But why we don't want to go that hallway?
It's full of unicorns.
Well,
What?
Oh, you don't want to go where the Poonicorns live.
No, you want to stay away from the unicorns.
Oh, I know a unicorn.
You don't want to go near unicorns if you can help it. No, unicorns, not unicorns. Unicorns are make-believe.
I know a unicorn.
Yeah, these are like unicorns, but poo.
Right, the unicorns. That's what I said.
So,
Oh.
But anyway.
But they went that way, and we're supposed to meet up with them, so we should probably go that way too.
Yeah, I think so. That's like the first smart thing that Thwompkins ever said. So
Wait,
Henry's
really?
like, yeah, Thwompkins. Yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely. Good job.
Yay!
Well,
Thwompkins.
before you go anywhere, hear me out. I've got a proposal, and I'll make it on our next episode of Babies and Broadswords. We're going to wrap up there for the day.
Oh, I heard one of the nurses say she wanted a proposal once, but she ended up just being angry the next day, and I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I've dated a lot of nurses in my day, too.
Don't we all?
So I've been Jason. I'm your sitter. Yeah, haven't we all? I don't know, have we? I'm Jason. I've been your sitter. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Even Footing Games presents Babies and Broadswords. Stick around. We're going to have our chat about game details and mechanics today. We're going to be talking about ways that you can run a long campaign if that's what you decide you want to do, which is great timing because the game's going to come out very, very soon from when you hear this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yay for rules.
Yay for rules. So check out our social media and email us and like and subscribe.
And give us a review.
Yeah. All right, so stick around for the chatty part, and we'll see you next time. Stick around for the rules, but for the rest of you, hey, it's been nice playing with you.
And
on to the grown-up stuff. So, thanks for sticking around for our rules discussion. We're going to talk over a few things. If you've been listening, you know that we are not only playing this game, we are designing it. And so we'd like to take a little time at the end of the episode to kind of discuss some things that we've noticed, some mechanics we'd like to talk about, and to share some of the process with you folks at home. Today, I thought we might talk about the fact that we have taken what is supposed to be a 1 or 2 shot game and have expanded it into a longer session, a campaign length, and how we're bumping into some things that shouldn't necessarily be an issue if we were just playing a regular, like when you might play at home, just like a 2 or 3 hour game. But some folks might want to turn this into a larger campaign. So what are some things that we're kind of noticing as issues now that we are taking what should be a 2 hour game and stretching it into a 20 hour game?
I think for the people, I mean, and obviously it'll be a little bit different since we have kind of a rotating door of people coming in. But for our longer term players, as we're not hitting breaks as quickly as we would like to be, we run out of any sort of perks and knacks use. Also, I would say that we tend to end up with an overabundance of inventory.
So we have too much inventory.
I mean, I'm pretty much sitting at the session before this, I believe I was maxed out, and you gave me an A+ paper, which I then immediately gave to Daybella because I did not have room for it. It also made sense in the moment for her to have that, but I am maxed out. Okay. So I need to be better about using my stuff.
I shouldn't give you stuff is what I'm hearing.
I don't know if I would say that.
Can we remember the folks our rules on encumbers so people understand better what we are talking?
Sure. Our basic rules is the higher your adventurousness score, the more items you can carry. So there's a set list. So if your adventurousness is 2, I think you can carry 5 items. If it's 3, you can carry 6, and if it's 5, then you can carry 7 items.
And your beginning items, your class items, do not count against that.
Right. Which, now that I'm thinking about that, when I'm saying it out loud, that seems to handicap.
Exactly, because it puts too much on adventurous. And since this game is based on loot to improve your character, it should be something a base set for everyone, in my opinion.
Yeah. Dang it, Roque.
Or characters need to be maybe encouraged to use things more often.
Could be as well.
I agree with that as well.
I mean, that's really the way, because I run into that problem like when I play role-playing games on the computer. I walk around and I'm carrying 90 things. Because I might need them. And then I get through stuff not using my bonus items because I might need these more later.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of need to work. I mean, and it's kind of probably up to the sitter also to encourage players. What if you allowed for bonus items to be used after a roll? Like if you roll and you need just like a +1 or a +2 to actually pull something off? If it would swing you over.
As long as you don't know the difficulty.
As long as you don't know I think that's the key,
Maybe it needs to be written in that don't let the babies know what the difficulty is, but
which I rarely do,
write it in for the sitter to encourage, do you think you want to use that or not?
Mm-hmm.
I think part of it, honestly, is also on players. At least me, I get really comfortable using my 2 class items, and I don't really always think to go through my inventory.
Right.
And the other thing is, I kind of, there are things that I want to use that are more roleplay that I don't know how to use, like my empty wasp nest, for example. I'm not exactly sure how I can roleplay using that. I know it gives me a +1 on beefy, but how would it give me a +1 on beefy?
Yeah.
You smash it against the forehead.
I mean, yeah, maybe. But yeah, so that's partially on me trying to figure out that I want, it's really easy for me to say I want to use my book or I'm going to make something slippery with my petroleum jelly.
Mm-hmm.
However, when I'm having to think about things in the moment, empty wasp nest is a little bit more abstract for me.
Well, yeah, and we've been trying to give out single-use items, which tends to come around to, I want to save this for when I really think I need it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When actually they're much more plentiful than we really know.
Right. Yeah, and I guess that's kind of, something that we need to make sure that people can find the balance between understanding. Yes, you want to hold on to these items, but trust me, you will have...
You're going to get more.
You're going to get more, yeah. And I think...
And it takes that hard difficulty of... if you were a kid, when you were a kid, and it was something I didn't learn until I used up all the stuff that I had, when you got Christmas cookies, it's ooh, I'm going to eat all these right away, because I really like them. And then later you're like, boy, I wish I had more Christmas cookies.
Wish I would have saved some cookies.
And then your parents are like, well, if you saved them, you wouldn't have to worry about that. And then you end up saving them, and then you end up with Halloween candy at Easter and at 4th of July.
That you can't eat. Yeah.
That's thoroughly disgusting and you shouldn't eat because it's not safe anymore.
Right. And if you did, I would give you
These
tummy
gummy
aches
bears
for it.
aren't gummy.
Yeah.
But yet you eat those peanut
They
butter cups
melt it.
because they're awesome.
That's right.
And then you have stomach aches.
And then you get a tummy ache. Yeah. So, folks, I guess we need to kind of get people out of that mindset of save this just in case, because that's what a grown-up would do. Whereas a kid, I'm going to use this thing the first chance I get because I know it does something cool. So it's...
Well, do we want to put something in that you're going to use it on your very next one? Like your very next challenge?
I don't want to
That
do
becomes
that.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
you want to do that. Yes, you want.
Are you trying to vampire me over there, Rocky?
Yes.
Yes, you will do that. Yes.
You will use your cookies.
Give more cookies.
We also do get stuff that doesn't give a specific bonus. And like I, from the very first session, have a lock with a chain on it that I do really want to use in just the perfect way.
Right. So yeah, so then it just becomes a matter of I'm not going to give this up until I figure out how I want to use it. But in the meantime, I have to carry this thing around.
It's going to be the greatest callback ever to the first episode.
Right. And
I'm
I'll
gonna
be like, oh!
You pull out your ball and chain and thwack something really hard.
It's basically what I gave it to her for, yeah.
Right.
Hey, this thing is going to hurt somebody at some point. Yeah.
But also, as a Thortherer, I haven't actually hit somebody yet at all.
Right.
Man.
And so when it happens, it's going to be massive.
Well, and that's been part of what people that I've talked to thought was really different and interesting about the way we're approaching Babies and Broadswords is that unlike a lot of role-playing games, we're not approaching it as every hammer or every problem is a nail and what you've got's a hammer. And you're not running around like, I have a hammer. I kill things. Everything I come across, we got to kill it. This village, they don't like us. Let's kill them.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean,
And we're not like that.
ah,
No, we like Rocky. So
Yeah, Rocky just wants to bite other babies and talk about their crunchy
Exactly.
blood.
Rocky, we're gonna fly down to Brazil and have barbecue with Rocky.
Oh,
that's what we're gonna do.
just waiting for you guys. For you. You're all invited. Even the listeners. I don't care.
It's good to know. If next time I get down to Brazil.
Please come to Brazil.
Right.
God,
Now
I'd love to.
we're angling for that tourist sponsorship from Brazil.
There you go.
You can send your inquiries to evenfootinggames@gmail.com. We would love to pimp out Brazil for you.
We would love to review your airline and your day spa.
And your giant Jesus statue.
Right.
All of it.
He just wants to give you a hug, Aaryn. That's all it is.
That's basically it.
Bring it in. Bring it
He's
in.
like, check Brazil!
Bring green, bro.
All right, and I think the other thing we were going to talk about was, so we've had people also comment about how do you handle like a long, ongoing game? Because like we had also talked about, we really only thought this was going to be like a downtime and in between times. You know, you play maybe 1 to 3 sessions, and you have a quick fun romp of something totally different. And a totally different approach to game, but we're getting some people who are going, no, we like the way this works.
I love this, yeah.
And we want to do this a lot. How do we level up?
Level up, yeah.
And we're kind of like, characters don't have levels in our world.
Right, right.
You're all babies.
And the numbers are so, like, the array is so small that we have to work in, since it's a D6 system. It's like just giving someone, okay, you've leveled up, you can up a skill, or you can up one of your big 3. That's a massive
Swing, yeah.
Yeah.
And like the power creep would be almost unstoppable after 1 or 2.
Before you're long, you're like, Lady Chesty, yeah, whatever. We kicked your butt on Tuesday.
Right, exactly.
We're up for it again.
You would, yeah. The recent D&D has that 20 level. It's because it takes so long to get up to that point. Whereas you're already starting off, as tough as you're going to get, most likely. And anything more than that puts you at grown-up level right off the bat. So.
Yeah. I mean, and I've seen other game systems that were kind of based around stuff like our gold stars, where you could use those and accumulate quite a few of them to get a bonus to, like, say, a stat, or to a lot for a stat, or to a skill. So, like, +1 to your nimbly might be, I don't know, we'll say 10 gold stars.
Okay.
So I actually like the idea of adding to a skill better than to a stat.
No,
absolutely.
That's 100%.
It has to be to a skill. Yeah, it has to be to a skill.
Because to a stat would be something like, I gathered 100 gold stars.
Right.
You're kind of like, why?
Wow. Okay. We've been
Good
playing
for
that
you.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Why did I give you 100 gold stars? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you're all ready to drive now?
All the puns. All the puns. That's why you got 100 gold stars.
Right. And then you could also, so the other way that gold stars have been used is kind of like in, I'm thinking of like certain styles of games, you can use your gold star to get a benefit from the sitter. Like, oh, we didn't plan on this. Hey, can I blow a gold star? And all of a sudden we have this 30-foot pole that we have no reason to normally carry around, but for some reason we happen to have one laying here.
Gold stars retcon the game.
Well, so one of the games I'm thinking of is Knives in the Dark, where Knives in the Dark lets you basically use a prep or some kind of prep point where you go back and you do a flashback, basically. So this could be, like, we could do something with gold stars to allow a flashback to prepare for something that the babies clearly didn't plan on. And
Trigger a montage. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Trigger a flashback montage where it's, okay, so how did you guys come up with this? Well, we were all joking about, wouldn't this be funny if? And then it triggers that flashback montage and that uses your gold star. But at the same time, you could also have, like, the sitter throw curveballs at the babies, like really difficult puzzles that they might have to figure out. Or, oh, that wasn't a blink dog over there. That was Ms. Griselda, and you just jumped her. Or she was in her, or someone was in a werewolf was in their dog form, and you just jumped a werewolf, not a dog.
Right.
And all of a sudden it becomes a lot harder.
Just to be clear, though, Garrett, we do not have blink dogs in this game. We have barky dogs.
Barky dogs, sorry.
For just so everyone knows what IP we're using, we have barky dogs.
Barky dogs.
Exactly, kids. Our dogs don't blink.
Nope.
They have their eyes pasted open.
They have their eyes on you.
They drink caffeine.
Our kitties don't displace. They just move real fast.
Real fast.
They just move real fast.
Blink, and they are on the other side of the room.
That's right.
It's your blinking.
My cats
not
do
the
that.
cat.
My cats get the zoomies, and all of a sudden they're all over the place.
Yep. All right.
Even the 12-year-old old man cat all of a sudden zooms around the house.
Zooms around.
And runs into the refrigerator, and we're all like, the heck was that? But it's another way that you could hand out gold stars, and we could always add that in.
It kind of reminds me of how Call of Cthulhu doesn't do levels either, but they will. You can earn experience points for different skills, but you still have to roll under, like, whatever the percentage is to level up that skill, or you have to roll over. So, for example, you trade in a bunch of stars or whatever, and you want to up your muscly skill, or your we'll say muscly, and let's say it's already at a 7 because you, for whatever reason, you have to get above a 7 to get it up to an 8. So it gets harder and harder to level up.
Yeah.
Those skill stats.
Yeah.
So that even if you are getting better and better, it's the rate of less slows down.
Yeah,
So
we can work on it.
there.
So it could be one of those that we do. You can spend your gold stars to get a bonus to a skill, and then you have to roll above your base of that skill.
Right. To see if it actually... Right.
Like if precociousness is your low skill...
And you roll a nat 1, you're... Yep.
And you want to raise your guile, we'll say.
Right.
So you have to roll a d6, but you have to roll above your precociousness stat.
Right.
Or equal to or above.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like you take precociousness as your roll, like I did on one of the characters I just made. So his precociousness is a 2. I really don't like that. He should be more clever than he is, and I kind of want to raise his guile. So I would spend my stars, and we could come up with something like 5 stars as a stat roll. Or a skill roll. Right, to try to improve a skill, that would give you a +1 on a skill. But then you have to roll equal to or above your stat for that skill.
Above your big 3, right?
Yep.
So it's easier to increase your lower stats than it is to increase your higher stats.
Yeah.
But you're still gambling either way. So it also becomes that decision: are the stars worth more single use as the situation arises, or are they worth more to me being able to level up this one stat to possibly level up this one stat?
Yeah.
I also do want to mention that this is definitely in our big kid rule category.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You can make these adjustments kind of within your campaign as needed, but these are other ways that you could incorporate more of a long-term campaign with the game.
The other thing that I would suggest, and I think we're going to start doing for our campaign, if you're running a long campaign, if people aren't hitting breaks quickly enough, it's not only that they're not getting the punishment of not managing their stats, but you use up your abilities. You can only use so many knacks, you can only use so many perks per break, and if Aaryn's been pretty lucky with her rolls, and so she hasn't gone on break, but she's used up, a few of her abilities. She kind of needs that reset. So maybe if you're running a long campaign, every couple of campaigns, just have everybody reroll their maxes and grumps to start back over where they are, or pick one stat to reroll.
Well, you can also allow people, if someone else goes on a break and you're low, you can choose to join them on break too.
That's possible as well.
Like if someone else... Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of like when Daybella had her meltdown, and because she ran out of grumps, and like if, we'll say for instance, Henry is at 1 or 2 grumps also, and he sees Daybella go on a timeout for grumps, he could choose to do a timeout also and do a reroll.
And then, you take yourself out of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You choose, you're getting bad.
Yeah. You're going to miss something, but you need that up to re-up. Self-imposed timeouts. Some kids will do that.
Yeah. Well, and it also, if you know something big is coming, you choose to take a timeout before you get to the big.
Right. So you don't go out midway through the through the fight. Yeah.
When the big
negotiation
comes.
As I would say with my kid, it's not a timeout. It's a cool down or something like that.
Yeah. Step away from the situation.
We're preemptively not having the timeout, right? We're having a chill.
We're saving you from the potential timeout later. Yeah.
We're taking it when it's better to take it as to when it has to happen. And maybe that's the way you differentiate them. One is a timeout, one is a cool down.
I'm getting close, guys. I'm getting close.
I'm getting real close, guys.
I need to count to 10. I need to calm myself.
I feel like if you take a voluntary cooldown, though, there should be
a consequence.
Yes.
I get it.
Not just you're missing out for 5 minutes or whatever. Something else on top of that,
What if you don't get to re-roll, so whatever you were at, you're at, but you get to use your abilities again.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
that's not bad.
Your grumps
so
and tummy aches will stay the same.
I only had 2 grumps left. I take my time out, but then if I get hit with something with grumps, I'm also out. But at least I can use my abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Basically.
Yeah.
I don't get hit points back, but I get to use my stuff.
You get skills back, but not hit points back, basically.
What's a short rest? What are hit points? I don't know what these terms
I don't
are.
know.
It's a cooldown.
It's a cooldown. You get somebody.
Count to 10.
You get your knacks back.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. I think that's workable. But how does everyone else feel about that?
I think it's okay.
That's a good compromise.
Yeah. And we can pass this on to Jimmy when he does some of his playtest too. See how his guys like it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So the inventory problem, just kind of wrapping up. I don't know if there's a way around that aside from the sitter just constantly reminding folks, hey, you've got all that stuff. You'll get more stuff.
I agree.
I'll give you more stuff.
I think that is also as characters, we have to act more like babies and be willing to eat the cookies now rather than keep them for later.
I think that'll be easier to do in a one shot because obviously you're going to get it, you're going to use it. So for a longer campaign, I think it's just going to be beholden to the sitter to just, hey, the whole world is full of stuff. You can use a lot of this, so don't feel like you have to selfishly hold on to everything.
Well,
instant gratification.
I think it also matters, like in a longer campaign, if you do set it out as advancement is based on gold stars and spending the gold stars that you accumulate to improve your character, as opposed to I have to hoard lots of stuff to improve my character. It's a subtle shift in the way the game works.
The way that it's set up. Yeah.
That makes me want to keep my gold stars and use my stuff instead.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Because gold stars can also be handed out like when major milestones are met too.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. The sitters can give out gold stars for any reason they want. So yeah, it can be milestones. It can be that joke was funny. It can be, hey, you one-shotted those dust bunnies. Nice job. Whatever the case may be. So yeah, so making a trade-in list for your gold stars does kind of solve the inventory issue as well as give us some sort of level up mechanism for a longer campaign. I still like the idea of you still have to take a risk with your stars to see if you can skill up. So
I fully agree.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Roll against your big 3 stat, and if you beat it, then you can choose the skill that goes up. But if you don't, you've wasted your gold stars. Sorry, bucko.
Or even if you don't want to do that roll, spend double. And if you spend double, you auto get it. But you're spending a lot of gold stars to do that then.
Yeah. That's 10 chances where you could get yourself out of jail for free, basically. Yeah.
Or that was 2 rolls you could have been making instead of the 1.
Yeah. So I think that's definitely worth adding in. And then the third thing. Yeah, go ahead, Garrett. I'm sorry.
But I do know that there are kids that will take that, I want the definite instead of the 2 chances.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I feel like games you're going to play with your kids are probably not going to be these long, lengthy campaigns.
Probably not.
Yeah. But again, it's every kid's different. I know mine probably wouldn't have the patience to do a 5 or 6 or 7 session campaign, but they'll do 1 or 2.
Yeah.
That could also be different in age because I mean, like maybe Garrett's oldest would, but yours and mine, Jason, wouldn't at the ages that they're at. So
right. I mean, at 7th grade, you might get repeats. You might get this was fun enough, let's keep doing it. But, or you could have adults who just get a kick and rip on this and think it's hilarious. Right. And let's do a long-running campaign
like us.
Babies doing crazy things. Let's see what Mission Invisible Grandpa has this week.
Don't say his name.
Underwear.
No more.
Underwear on all the statues. Awesome.
Awesome.
I don't know how we're going to get them around the legs, but let's do it.
Put them on their heads. All right. And then the third thing that we talked about was the self-imposed timeouts, letting players decide to take those to get their abilities back, but they don't restore their their grumps, ouchies, or tummy aches. They don't restore their hit points, which is just a good way to kind of, for these longer campaigns, to give people the opportunity to kind of get a little reboot of their abilities, since a lot of what you do depends on your knacks and your perks and all that stuff. Good. Okay, cool. I think those are 3 good big kid rules that you listening at home can implement in your game, stuff to think about and stuff for us to think about when we do some supplemental material. I think there probably will be a supplement of just big kid rules, ways to kind of make your game a little crunchier.
Bigger rules for bigger kids.
Bigger rules for bigger kids.
Crunchy.
Exactly. Like blood. Crunchy blood. So thank you from us at Even Footing Games for joining us today at our little chatty chat and our little gamey game. Check us out on all the social medias. Shout out to our patrons and shout out to our friends from Game Store Dropouts. They gave us a nice little blurb in their latest episode, their end of the year episode. And from all of us here, we will see you next time.